Tosh.0 features videos from the internet and is intended for a mature audience. Comedy Central does not condone the activities performed and discourages anyone from attempting them. Enjoy.
That's why you should always hug trees at the base. Welcome to Tosh.0. As most of you know, I am a big Duke lacrosse fan, always have been. Not one of those guys who jumped on the bandwagon after the whole rape thing. Tonight, we magically pull another redemption out of our ass. I give you something even worse than pennies for Halloween, and I show some videos of you guys assaulting each other. Now, let's see why you shouldn't climb trees after puberty. What happened? Where do I begin? He didn't pay attention in school, fell into the drinking crowd, joined the military instead of taking the ACTs, had unprotected sex in the back of a sweet Camaro with a girl named Dawn, got her pregnant. Now he had to take on a second job, cutting down trees. That's what happened. Sorry, I can't call 911 because I have no service. Can you climb back up there to see if we can get a signal? Sounds like he's having a mind-blowing orgasm. What did you land on? What are the odds, huh? Al-Qaeda has been bored silly since we killed Osama. See? They're not all terrorists. No, yep, they are. I see someone used their 3 wishes wisely. It's easy to live every day like it's your last if it probably is. Maybe our troops should stay a while. Just because this next clip turns you on doesn't mean you're a bad person. So that's what girls do with all the toilet paper. 2-ply is very filling. She's an angel. I hope she saves some room for urinal cake. All right, guys, enough with the roughhousing. Ooh, looks like tight tuck tanks are in this semester.
Let's go. Get back.
That's how you knock a man out, Mayweather. When he's ready for it. All right, I hope they agree to finish this in the group shower.
Let's go. Get back.
Okay. That's the face of a man who now has Parkinson's. Was that necessary? The RA on that floor runs a tight ship. The key to being a good reporter is not to be confused by literally everything that's happening. No wonder nobody's watching Oprah's new network. The real story is that the Red Hot Chili Peppers can't sell tickets anymore.
The noise.
Nothing is louder than her teal pantsuit. It's not that weird. The whole KVWN news team is insane down there in San Diego.
News. Sports.
Commentary.
Weather. Murder. Ha 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 ha.
AIDS.
Parking.
The noise.
Words.
Politics.
Debate. Banter.
Hard hitting.
Development. Good night.
Pundits.
Commercials.
That station leans a little far left for my taste. What's next? Either those homeless window washers are getting too aggressive, or he has a very distracting hood ornament. Now let's go to Japan, where every day is a game show for your life in this week's breakdown. He's going the wrong way down a one-way. How can people so good at building cars be so bad at driving them? Seriously, Asians should be required to use their hazards at all times. All right, you might want to use your wipers. There's a maniac with a bat on your windshield. Okay, relax. Let's just calmly exchange insurance information and wait for the robot police to arrive. The good news for the guy with the bat is that 100% of suspects get away in Japan. Yeah, let me guess. He was about 5'6", dark hair, had a black belt. Where did Chow Yun Fat Ass come from? Oh, he's probably late with somebody's delivery. And of course, the person who got hit is a pregnant lady. Looks like somebody loved her a long time. Hope the baby is okay, because the one thing Japan needs is more people. I'm just glad that rear view cameras are mandatory over there due to the amount of claims that are filed, and for that, we're so sorry. We'll be right back with the Great Moodini, but first, I prefer blue cheese.
I'm not gonna choke you. Put your...
Okay, ready?
Put it back more.
3, 2, 1, go.
For the Great Moodini. Mr. here is going to slam the gas, hammer the gas of the crowd. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's down.
I think he forgot to say hocus pocus. He's lucky. Most people who get dragged behind cars in the South don't live to tell the tale. That was the Great Moodini, and his botched escape magically transported him to the ICU. You don't see me calling myself Daniel the Handsome and Hilarious. I prefer to let my looks and talents speak for themselves. I don't like magic, because I'm not 5. Like banjo music, PG comedies, and everything else Steve Martin cares about, magic is completely irrelevant. I couldn't make it halfway through The Prestige, so going out to a magic show is utterly incomprehensible. And just so you know, if your sexy assistant was truly sexy, she wouldn't be hanging out with a magician. Seriously, you're that impressed with Chris Angel levitating? I'll tell you how he doesn't do it, by using magic. Yeah. He's on his tiptoes, you stupid whore. If magic was real, David Blaine would have used it to stay famous. The Great Moodini didn't pull out in time and ended up getting yanked across a quarter-mile of asphalt. So like Copperfield, I tricked him into joining me at my private rape island for this week's web redemption. Get open this goddamn thing! Please. Oh! So there's a trick involved. You don't just panic and struggle. I wasn't a fan before, but I might be turning around on this leather pants thing. Michael, your stage name is the Great Moodini. How'd you come up with that?
One of the track officials announced me as the Great Moodini. Just kind of stuck with me through the race fans and stuff.
How long have you been doing professional magic?
Probably about 15 years.
What's your favorite magic trick?
Showing both hands empty, and then just snapping a finger and maybe just pulling out a scarf or something, you know.
Damn it, you devil man.
That's probably my favorite. I carry it around in my pocket all the time.
How fast can you make a hamburger disappear?
Oh, I'm screwed up. I screw it up pretty quick.
Can you do some tricks for me now?
I just did one.
Tell me where that was.
It was at a speedway over in Atlanta, Georgia.
How many people were there watching that?
5,000.
Tell me what happened that day.
I had a 100-foot chain. Everything was just set to go. And when it took off, I realized I was too far. I knew I was in trouble. I got the right side out, and the left side just kind of took my wrist and just ripped it off.
So that was not part of the trick at all?
No, that wasn't part of the trick.
If you wouldn't have gotten out of that, would have that thing just dragged you around the track a few times?
If it hadn't have ripped my wrist apart and released itself, yeah, it would have killed me.
Did you black out when it happened?
I blacked out when it happened, yeah.
Did you take a helicopter ride or no?
No, they had an ambulance right there.
Probably could have got to the hospital faster. You just jumped in the car.
There you go.
Just told them, keep going with your good hand.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Was that the only cartwheel you've ever done?
That was the best one and the only one I've ever done.
Whose fault was that?
It was my fault. You know, I should have took more time and got closer to the car, but I was in a hurry. I was hot and tired, ready to get the hell out of there, get my paycheck and go, you know.
I've been there. Did the driver apologize?
Oh, he was in tears.
So it wasn't a woman driver?
I'm alive, ain't I?
Touche. Who are your favorite magicians?
My favorite all time is David Copperfield.
Marry, kill. Siegfried and Roy, David Copperfield, David Blaine.
David Copperfield.
Just all of them?
Open up the salt for me.
Okay.
And I'll show my hands empty. And I'll take a little bit of salt and I'll pour it right here.
I'm watching it go in.
Okay. Get the excess off, and what I'll do is pour it into your hand.
Okay.
Like this. It's totally gone. The salt has vanished. Now what I'll do is I'll wave my hand across, and then I'll pour it actually into your hand. You know, like that.
What do I do with all this salt? I have a cholesterol problem anyway. Have you done the trick since then?
Not since the accident.
Have you thought about doing it since then?
I'd like to go back before that same audience and redo it and show them that it can be done.
Do you think they left that day believing it could not be done?
I think they left that day with mixed emotions, like he's an idiot,
Or we just watched somebody die.
A lot of them didn't know that I was alive until the next day and it came on the news.
All right, Michael, let's get out of here and get ready for tonight's big show.
Let's do it.
I brought in a famous magician to give you some advice. Please welcome Teller.
Practice once in a while.
Well, that was helpful. Okay, I don't know anything about magic, other than it's not real. But I do know something about showmanship. You're supposed to hit the button when I... This is your new look.
I don't know if my fat ass fit in that.
Oh, your fat ass is gonna fit in that, because we had an audience waiting for you. Ladies and gentlemen and cousins of all ages, prepare to be amazed. I give you the Great Moodini. You look great. Been working out, I see. The world wants to know, are you ready to give it another shot?
Hell yeah!
Don't worry, I made a few modifications just in case you screw it up again.
And don't worry, if you can't break free, I'm pretty sure the bumper will just tear off this thing.
All right. Ta-da!
We all know racing's dangerous, but remember, it's also pointless. We'll be right back, but first, let's watch these Mexicans serenade a whale. I can't wait to come out of the closet to my son. People always ask why I stopped showing gross videos on this show. Well, since Halloween's coming up, I decided to make an exception and treat you guys to the sickest videos we can legally air. All right, let's ease you into it with something mildly disturbing.
The people of this tiny farming community in southwest China have long viewed one of the villagers with mixed feelings. Chang has 2 heads.
His 2 heads still aren't as big as Peyton Manning's 1. Nothing a retainer can't fix. His flossing routine is a real nightmare. You should see him at karaoke. He does the best solo duet of I Got You, Babe. All right, that wasn't too bad. Let's get a little grosser. This next guy was so stuffed up, he had to hire a doctor to pick his nose. All right, that could feed an entire village of 5-year-olds. I hope the doctor has a giant desk he can wipe that under. I don't know what was in his nose, but I really don't know what's coming out of this guy's chest. He's nature's grossest soft serve machine. All right, whatever that stuff is, I think it's spoiled. It looks like it's grape flavored. Someone grab an English muffin. Is that black crude? Drill, baby, drill. And that was disgusting, but it was not disgusting enough. This is Halloween. Oh, that is toe up. All right, Dr. Scholl's might not be a real doctor. It is easier to paint your toenail after you rip it off. Make sure you save that for the toenail fairy. Has anyone vomited yet? No? All right, well then maybe this will do it. The eyes are the windows to the soul. And she'll stay that way until the curse of Davy Jones is lifted. Relax, she might be a Terminator. I know that was horrifying, but it pales in comparison to what you are about to see. No! Christina Aguilera. Oh. Whew. Good luck stuffing that genie back into the bottle. Don't forget to go to our blog and upload a clip for a chance to be our viewer video. This week's winner comes to us from Sean Perlman and Payman Benz.
Good. So, how are things with you and Rich?
They're good. Yeah, well, but I don't know, it's just that I always go down on him and he never returns the favor.
Doesn't really seem fair.
Oh no, it is. We flip a coin. If it's heads, it's his turn. If it's tails, it's mine. And he's just been on a winning streak. Huh. Speak of the devil. Hi, honey. I'm just here with Molly.
Yeah, it's heads. Get over here.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick some up on the way home.
When I win a coin toss, I like to defer to the second half. We'll be right back with more distraction. Welcome back. What is this, amateur hour? That's just fun to say. Next week, we find out if this kid who stuck his head out of a moving car is dead. Spoiler alert, he is dead. Follow me on Twitter so we can live chat during the shows. Keep up with our blog at tosh.comedycentral.com and come see me on tour over the holidays. The other week, we showed you a prank called Pie Smash Nut Tap Bitch Slap, and it seems to have taken on a life of its own, even though we tell you guys not to copy the things you see on this show. We even have a warning, which may or may not be read by a celebrity who may or may not be in jail. Just so you know, if you ignore that warning, we will not put you on TV. All right, I'm guessing those were all shot before our episode aired. All right, good night. Remember, no happy endings.
To be a magician?
I saw my first magic trick from a magician out of Fresno, California, and I was shocked to see that he did this buried alive trick and he ended up dying.
In fairness, being buried alive is better than living in Fresno.